Okay, it finished certifying all the books, so we can get rid of this dialog. And now we can go back to the A2S file and start it again. So just click on the little green arrow here that says Start a New Session. And this time in the A2S, we'll actually see the output of what ACL2 will do. ACL2 takes a little bit of time to start up. I'm sure you're used to that by now. Okay, there it is. So in the list file is the commands that we write. The A2S file is basically the output of the commands that you write. Okay, so you want to be able to go back and forth between them. And here's what we'll do. Let's go back to the original file, and we'll click on this down arrow which says Advanced To-Do line. So what that will do is it will turn this region into gray. I can no longer change this, so I'm hitting my backspace key and nothing happens. That is read only. Okay, I can still modify this at will if I need to. Okay, because this hasn't been sent to ACL2 yet. Now let's look at ACL2. It says value 3. That's because we typed in 3 and it says, oh, that's actually 3. Okay, I can actually do things here, like for example I can type 5. Okay, and it tells me yes, that's true, that's actually 5. Okay, now let's go back to the original book and again hit the down arrow, and that will now execute the next expression, which is plus 2, 3. And we come here and it says, what is plus 2, 3? Why, that's also equal to 5. Okay, so that's kind of the interaction. Okay, now after this you should be able to do kind of any mathematical expression. So for example, I'm going to try 2 times 3 plus 5. Okay, and so you see that the first expression is times, and that is 2 times something, right? And the something is actually its own expression, which is 3 plus 5, written, of course, parentheses plus space 3 space 5. So if I hit the down arrow on that, it'll execute it. I can go over to this section and see that the value of that should be 16. Okay, that's how you do any arithmetic expression. We have times, we also have divides. So 3. Let's do 6 divided by 4 minus 1. Oops, minus space 4. Otherwise, it's negative 4. Okay, and we'll execute that, and we'll get a number, which of course is 2. Okay, 6 divided by 3. Okay, so anyway, you should be able to do any arithmetic expression knowing that. Okay, now we also have logical expressions, and T stands for true. Okay, and nil is false. Okay, now I'm sorry, it should be the constant true and false. They're T and nil instead, but I think we can live with that. Okay, and we have and, or, not. So for example, and of T or T nil, well, that should be equal to true. Okay, so let's run it down and take a look, and sure enough, that is true. Okay, other kind of expressions that we have, like I said, there's not, so or T not T, right? That should be equal to true as well. Okay, and here it is, that was actually true. And we have implies. So for example, implies nil nil, that is nil implies nil, or false implies false. That's going to be true. Okay, and then let's try implies T nil. So what we have here is, does true imply false? And the answer to that, of course, is false. So this should give nil, and there it is. Okay, so that's just a basic introduction to this. Next, we're going to talk about testing software with ACL2.